at the half that you really liked where your offense was? You loved how the defense had played there in the first half. You got a 7-0 lead, came back out there in the second half, got the great field position. Special teams were great all night.
Yeah.
Got the surprise onside, went down, punched it in for a touchdown. That was huge to go up 14.
Yeah, I tell you, the message before the game was, man, we're going to separate. We're going to separate. I don't know how long it's going to take. We might have to swing 99 times to break through on that 100 swing, but we're going to separate. It took longer than I hoped. But, man, just really, really proud of the guys. And, the thing is we left a lot out there, left a lot of points out there, but really, really proud of just the persistence the young men showed and the grit. And, the deal is we talked about winning every day all week. And I started Saturday night, how you handle business after a big win on SAU. What do we do on Sunday? And then can we find a way to win on Monday and stacking up wins? And then all week long, we got to beat OBU every single day this week if we want to have a chance to win Saturday. And I really do believe that in the preparation and the way they did everything all week long, this is what I expected to happen. That I'm just really proud of the guys, really proud of the coaches. It was a good night.
Take us back to the situation after you went up 14-0. Ouachita answered. They put a drive together, came down, made it 14-7, and then your team goes 81 yards, and Andrew Miller with a touchdown, and that was a key answer to go back up 21-7.
Boy, it was. There are so many plays made by the offense right there, and the defense. The defense played lights out. We didn't do a great job making a play on the ball down the field, but besides that, we were lights out. But there were several times when the offense just they wouldn't be denied. They really wouldn't. And obviously the start of the second half with the onside kick, it didn't work out. That was a great situation for us. But going up 2 scores was a big deal. And then, man, how about the field goal?
Yeah.
Well, the field goal, that was the dagger to go up 3 scores. And Magnus has been fantastic all year long. And we talked about punting right there and just, hey, let's take a chance right here. And all the guys were like, Coach, he's going to make it. He's going to make it. And Coach Underwood coaches that unit, does a great job. And he said, Coach, let's kick it. And we kind of looked at each other and he said, Coach, if he hits it, it's a dagger. And he did, and it was a dagger. Really proud of Magnus and proud of that whole unit.
Yeah, he drilled that. I know you loved it to have the confidence there in Magnus Leapak and continue talking about Magnus because that field goal was huge, 48-yard field goal, but his kickoffs were outstanding all night long against a dangerous special teams team from Ouachita Baptist. He just kept kicking it deep into the end zone.
Well, that's a big deal. Nobody coaches up their KOR group really more than Ouachita. Number 8 is he's an elite return guy. He was a concern all week long, and so basically Magnus took him out of the game by himself, and so his kicks in the end zone were huge for our victory tonight.
Cole Keelan, what a battle. He was fired up. The senior was ready, wasn't he, tonight? 11 carries, 80 yards, and he had some tough runs tonight.
Boy, he was fired up. He was ready. He had a different look in his eye all week long. Really all those seniors. And I told him before the game, I said, guys, there's no do-overs. You don't get do-overs in life. But, you do get another chance to play these guys and get a chance to make it right and to finish on a different note with them. And so they're anybody that says it's just another ball game, that's not reality. It was a big deal to those guys because we felt like we were better last year and didn't get the job done. So really happy for all those seniors. They got to go out like this.
Another night over 100 yards rushing for Andrew Miller and a touchdown, 119 yards for him. Braden Jay, 82 yards, 2 touchdowns, and they were both outstanding also.
Well, Andrew's a grown man. He's such a loyal, incredible teammate, such a warrior. And, we didn't talk about this, but Billy, on Sunday, Braden could barely walk. His calf, his shin was so swole up. I mean, he could barely walk, and we thought he had no chance of playing. And, even our trainer said, Coach, he's a really a long shot. But I'm like, Braden, what do you think? He's like, well, what do you mean? I mean, I'll play. I'll be ready to roll. He's such a tough kid and a warrior. So, our guys that have been playmakers for us for so long, they were big tonight. They were big tonight, and just really proud of them.
And then one final thing, and actually it's a 2-part question. Talk about the defense, 5 tackles for loss, 2 sacks. They were super tonight, just gave up the 7 points. And also that traveling trophy means so much to this program, and it's here.
The defense, those guys got a lot of playmakers, and the defense really had a great week. Coach Moat, Coach Tribble, Coach Blankenship, Coach Bigelow, they just do a tremendous job. And you're kind of seeing some young guys grow up right in front of your eyes. For a lot of guys that are playing a lot of minutes, this is their fourth game. This is their fourth game to play for us, and they're getting better every single week. And to hold that explosive group to one score is a big deal. We got to get a lot better if we want to achieve the goals this team has. But tonight was a really good step.
It was quite a moment down on the field. I saw the picture with the traveling trophy. Dr. Williams down there with you. The atmosphere was electric. I was here at noon today, Coach, and everybody already had their spots staked up outside.
I tell you what, we had a landmark situation. We had guys kind of arguing over tailgate spots on Thursday. And that's how we've kind of turned the corner, and just proud of our community, proud of the students. The students were fantastic tonight. The band was awesome. The cheerleaders were awesome. It's a really good night to be a Bison.
All right, congratulations, Coach. You're 4-0 at home next week. East Central will be here afternoon football next week. Enjoy this one for a few minutes, and congratulations.
Thank you, Billy. Go Bisons.